to be going over a few basics, how the game actually plays, the different quests, contracts, and stuff like that. Um, the first actual thing, once you start, after your actual intro that they have you go through, you normally zone in to right here, which you'll zone in and you'll have a news pop-up thing going through different news that you can close out of. You can also come back here and click on news. There's different areas here, a contract board here. You have a couple different reputations that you can work on that unlocks different things. So this is the freelancer reputation you can look at, see where you're standing on that. Over here, there's different trials. You have a daily, weekly, and monthly. Just different things that they want you to accomplish throughout those different ones. Completing them gives you different rewards.
Hey, got time to check in?
Lucky Jack over here keeps track of the weekly alliance status. Pretty much, your weekly alliance status is a combination of the experience that you earn in all the different gameplays that you do, and the more you contribute, the more weekly coins that you get that you can use on vanity items or resources. You also get your top 5 friends that are actually friended with you through Origin or your EA access. They will actually contribute to your actual alliance status and help you actually get to a higher actual coin count. So this main city or hub is only for you. You won't see any other players in this area. This is Fort Tarsus. When you start out, it doesn't look as nice as what this is at the moment. There's some things here, but it seems like it's mostly still in work. And for the most part, when you go to actually get into your Javelin suit, you come here. At the moment, there's a bug in one of my quests, so I can't actually get into my Javelin to go on to different missions from this particular area. But you can activate the Forge. The Forge is where you actually customize your different loadouts and appearances for your different Javelins. Like this one right here is the Interceptor. It's not my main one, but it is really fun to play. My main Javelin that I use is the Colossus. And I use this one for the most part. It's really fun. You can have 5 different loadouts per Javelin. And for the most part, each Javelin you'll have a weapons actual tab that you'll pick up different weapons. You'll either pick them up or you'll actually can craft them as well. Crafting them, you go through different challenges to be able to craft the different actual levels of it. Purple would be epic, white is common, blue is rare. So it goes common, rare, epic, then master crafted, which I haven't been able to master craft a weapon yet. Master crafted is orange, and then you can also get legendary items. This is a low level one I got because I was an Access Premier member. And all sorts of different weapons. The Colossus actually gets 2 weapon types that no other Javelin can use. The first one is the autocannon. It pretty much is a minigun. It is freaking awesome. I really like it. Another one that it has access to that no other class can get is actual grenade launcher. I like that one as well. Different builds I use it. Not so much on this one, just because it's I got other things that I like to use. So we got weapons. Now this one has a heavy assault launcher. Different javelins will have different, pretty much gears that they can use. This one you have a support gear, the heavy assault launcher, and an ordnance launcher. All javelins have a components tab, and as you level your pilot up, you get access to more and more that you can actually start equipping. You start out with like 1 or 2, and then as you keep leveling, you unlock more. Each of these other ones that you can keep putting different ones in. Of course, then you have the appearance tab. You know, your 2 different. You can change your legs, your arms, your torso. Vinyls is like stickers, which is like this right here. Wear state. You unlock these through the actual different factions. You clean, dirty, just how it actually looks. Animations, these are alright. You know, I'm not much of an animation type, but some people like these. And then of course paint, you can actually change the different colors as well to get the paint that you actually like. One thing I don't like about this is the constant use of having to press and hold the actual button to actually do something. It's not something I really enjoy, but I don't see them changing it at the moment. So since I can't get into my Javelin here, there's another area that they actually have that has pretty much everything in Fort Tarsus, but there's other people in it, and it's the launch bay. You can actually pick up different contracts from here, and pretty much anything you can do with Fort Tarsus you can do here. You can buy stuff, use a forge, check your vault, which is where your items that you actually get, and go from there. One thing that they have improved on since I started playing this, the load times have gotten way better. It might seem like it's taking long now, but this is pretty much probably a quarter of the time it would actually take to zone in to this zone as before. So the next thing I'm going to do is just show you the actual expedition interface screen that they have. Expedition is what they call pretty much any like mission, free play, strongholds, which are like instances. So we're just going to go here so I can show you this. You click on free play or whatever, you have different spawn in zone points that you can actually click on to actually zone into, just to get you closer to where you may want to go. So free play, that's where you can actually go in either with yourself or with a group, and you'll actually see other groups and other people within the actual area as well. Another thing on free play, just if you zone in here, it doesn't mean you can't go anywhere else. You can still go anywhere in this actual dotted outline, which is actually pretty cool. It's actually a lot bigger than what you think. I'll show you here in a second. Another thing we have is the missions. I guess I have one mission there. That's a contract. And that's the only mission I actually have at the moment. Then there's strongholds. Strongholds are pretty much dungeons for a specific, a group of 4 people. You can go in with a pre-made group, or you can go into a matchmaking group and actually just have it match you up with a whole bunch of random people. Not a whole bunch, but 4 random people. Quick play. It's a random mission. what this does is it actually throws you into pretty much a mission or a stronghold that somebody has already started, and you're just helping and you earn actual bonus rewards for doing it. So I'm going to click on free play, and I always go here because there's actually things I like to get from here. When you first start, you have access to these 3 difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. I started on normal, but then I moved to hard. Never did easy. But once you get to actual level 30, which is the max level, you actually get to these actual difficulty levels. And they've actually updated the actual recommended power, not really required, but recommended for these that you want. Because at first they had like 350 for Grandmaster 1, and you would just not survive at all. I'm just going to go on hard because I don't feel like just dying to a whole bunch of random stuff at the moment. So again, we're going free play on hard difficulty. And what this is going to do, hit F to start, is going to zone me in. There's no real matchmaking for it. Now, free play is one of the longest loading ones because it actually goes through and loads the entire actual map area that you can actually go to. Again, this is actually taking a lot less time than what it actually did when the game first came out, as hard as that may believe. So you always come in, you do super power landing. Now, in free play, you can do a whole bunch of harvesting of different things, and that's just to get stuff to craft with. And I'm going to show you my autocannon, one of the Colossus specific ones. It has a wind up, and then it kills. So now, one of the main things that everybody really likes about this game is you can fly. Now, flying was still one of the hardest things for me. For some reason, I don't know why. But to start flying, you have to jump and then hit your hotkey to actually start flying. Now, you can actually just start and not actually hit the forward button, and you'll go at a decent pace, but then you turn on the turbos with your move forward button, and it makes your suit heat up faster, but you actually go a lot faster as well. Now, besides just flying, there's also a button that you can use to hover. Hovering's nice. If you're trying to get away from an enemy that doesn't have a ranged attack or anything, you can do that. Now, the one thing that a lot of people don't like is how long you can actually fly for, because you do overheat. Now, there's a couple tricks to actually maintain flight for longer. You can actually fly close to water, and it will keep your pretty much your suit cold, so you don't actually heat it up. Another way is to actually do a steep dive, and a dive will actually cool it as well. Something that just popped up is actually one of the world events. So world events pop up, and you pretty much just come here, do different things for what they need,
There's more.
and you get rewards for it. Right now I'm using some of my actual gear abilities, and a lot of it's not really fair because this isn't really hard for me, which is also why I did it. But I still find it really fun.
One left.
I'll use my ultimate here. Now when you use ultimate abilities, you're pretty much invulnerable to any actual damage, and it also refills all of your health and ammo.
Please deal with the remaining threat.
So again, like I said, this isn't hard. I'm well over geared for this particular difficulty, but it's fun to show you guys what is going on with it. Another thing with the Colossus that's fun is you got a shield like this, and you can ram them. You can turn on your sprint. Another thing, jump. That's one of actually the Colossus' main actual damages, is to be able to do that. The downside to a Colossus is it only has a frontal shield, and it's not up all the time.
That's it.
There's a lot of actual people that don't like that, mainly due to the fact that all the other Javelins have a 360-degree shield that's up all the time. But their shield isn't as strong as what the actual Colossus shield is. So that's pretty much the main rundown on the gameplay. Again, like I said, this is just a brief one. You have different crafting things that you need to get. There's different javelins that do different things. There's actually a melee one that's really fun. That's my second favorite one to play. And for the most part, the only time you come out into the free play is when you don't have contracts that you're doing with other people. And it's an overall fun game, even though some people don't want to claim it is. It has its bugs, but I'm sure BioWare is actually working on it. So next video I'll probably do will be actually going in depth over time with the actual 4 different javelins, so people have a better understanding of what they do and the best way to actually play them. So probably I'd say next Monday, not this one coming up, but the one after, I'll have another video that I'll stream, and I'll be going over the actual Colossus more in depth. So you guys have a good one, and talk to you guys later.